Before you see this game, here's a few trigger warnings. Kidnapping, body horror, murder, stalking, blood, physical violence, screen shaking, death, gore, swearing. So if you can't handle any of that, or you don't think you're in the mood for any of that, then it's okay if you watch another video. But if you can handle that, let me watch this guy while I chomp on something. Here you go. Let's get started. Alright, what is up guys? Wacko Joker here, and today we'll be playing Rose Colored Cover. It's a game where a Yandere's after you, but not because of romantic interest. I think you're in the way of her love. So, this is gonna be fun. Huh? Oh. I just got bonked. Okay. And it's voice acted. At least that's what it said. Vision slowly returned to you, albeit very fuzzy at first. Your eyes took a second to adjust to the darkness all around. Lying on the concrete floor made your body ache, while the back of your head was throbbing. Probably got a concussion, bro. Where were you? Last thing you remember was seeing a bus stop, and then darkness. You weren't even going to the bus stop. You just wanted to throw away some trash in the trash bin. It was impossible to be a good Samaritan. You shouldn't have done the right thing. You should have thrown the fast food leftovers on the ground and went home. Now, you were in what looked like a basement with your limbs tied and your mouth taped shut. That's kinda... I don't know what I was gonna say there. Good people really do die young. Panic? Oh yeah, there's also like 5 endings to this game. My brother sent this to me. Go check out Koimaru. And also the link to the game will be in the description, of course. But yeah, okay, let's get back to this. Assess the situation. We're gonna look for the bathroom. No, assess the situation. Look for the bathroom. Assess the situation. We can find the bathroom while looking around. It was best to stay calm right now and figure out what happened. And obviously this guy ain't the type to panic. Dude was thinking about how bad it is to be a good person or whatever. So we got acting character. You shifted your shoulders and elbows to prop yourself up. But it proved to be pretty difficult with your hands behind your back. After a moment of struggle, you used all the strength in your abs to sit up properly. Being left alone in a dark, silent room gave you some space to be alone with your thoughts at the very least. There were no clues in this room as to where you were, so you focused on how you got here instead. Oh, frig, we may die. Oh, frig, it's actually just dawning on me. Cause like, what do you mean there's a window in front of us? That means they gonna kill us, ain't they? I hope I read that. You must have been approached from behind and hit with something that knocked you out. The bruise you felt forming on your head was physical proof of that. What else did you know for certain? Pretty much nothing. This was unfamiliar territory, and you were without any resources to call for help. Oh God, my stomach. We're dead! The floorboards above you were so loud you could hear footsteps from all the way in the basement. Somebody was up there, undoubtedly the person responsible for taking you captive. No, wait. They wouldn't just kill us instantly. Maybe they're threatening us. Because why would you knock someone, unless you're just a sadistic person, why would you just knock me out? You could have just finished me there, but I guess to clean up. Frick, never mind, we still have a chance of dying. There were a few moments of alarm that were brought to an end when the footsteps got louder. Your eyes were glued to the ceiling above as they moved to the left and forward towards the rickety old stairs. Your heart stopped as the sound of a lock clicking hit your ears. Then the scrape of old metal as the doorknob turned. The blood in your veins ran cold, and you felt as though time slowed in anticipation of what was to come. Your kidnapper was coming downstairs, and you were about to see their face for the first and possibly last time. Yeah, we're cooked. Then came the sound of shoes on top of the stairs. Every step brought your inevitable fate closer and closer, staring helplessly into the darkness as they descended. The sounds came to a halt, and then... Oh! Okay. The whole room was bathed in pink. You flinched and squinted your eyes from the drastic change in lighting. You had expected to see a burly man dressed in all black. Maybe even a scary mob boss who was about to ask your family for ransom money. Dang, she's huge! Oh, no, are we still on the floor? We no longer sit. No, what the frick, you're huge! What you hadn't expected was for a pair of garnished yellow heels to be in front of your face. Your eyes slowly trailed upwards, past a pair of freshly waxed legs and a bright pink skirt. Oh. Oh yeah, those are murder eyes. Okay. Oh god. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, those are murder eyes. There before you was a young woman with a pale bow and styled blue hair. She is pretty though, I'll give her that. If it wasn't for the murder eyes. She was looking down at you as if you were a small mouse she had found scampering around in her basement, rather than a tied up human being. Yeah, we're dead, shoulder, face, and everything. As you stared at each other in silence, her expression gradually relaxed into a sickeningly sweet grin. Frick, I don't know how to read, whatever. Then she spoke. Here we go. How do you sound?
Oh, you're much cuter from the front.
Hey, you should see my back. What? Those same yellow heels were then used against you, kicking your stomach. Alright, frick, you too. She kept her foot rested there, the heel digging down into your soft skin. Alright, don't really gotta describe it for me.
It's a real shame you have to die.
Come on now, you don't want to kill me. Okay, I gotta think about this. We're trying to get the best in the first try. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a good ending. Probably. You got 5. There's no way all of them will lead to me failing, right? So, let me teach y'all how to handle a yandere that's not in love with you. You're gonna want to stare. Trying to fight, obvious. Crying. You think she's gonna care about your tears? We're gonna stare. You couldn't muster up any kind of reaction besides bewilderment. You stared up at her with wide eyes, your body completely frozen in place. We look like a deer in headlights. Oh, we're cooked. Upon seeing your lack of response, the girl lets out a sigh.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
Okay, we may get tortured. I'm not gonna lie, I think I chose the wrong thing. Frick. She knelt down in front of you and reached for you, causing you to flinch back. No amount of self-preservation could avoid her in this situation, though. Her right hand pressed, oh god, we're cooked, against the temple to keep your head steady, while her left grabbed the edge of the tape. Oh, wait, we may be alive. It was yanked off your lips in a flash, making your skin buzz and tingle with pain. No, I'm not gonna say anything. Ow!
There we go. I hate talking to myself.
She didn't seem to care about how it irritated you. Her head tilted to the side, and a feeling of dread took over.
It's about high time I introduced myself, yeah?
Yeah, she is pretty though. Like, why you gotta want to kill people?
My name is Gabriella.
Pretty
Not
name.
that it'll matter to you anyway. You won't be alive to remember it.
Still a murderer. Okay, my fault. She then giggled and poked your nose.
And you have been a little thorn in my side as of late. Jake hasn't had any time for me since you entered the picture. I think that's pretty selfish of you.
Hey, what can I say? I'm not... Okay.
This is you finally reaping what you sow.
Oh, yeah. Jake? Really? That's kind of messed up. Let's diss Jake. Her mouth opened to refute, then clicked shut again. After a moment or two, she let out a chuckle. Wait, why did I just diss the love of her life?
Yeah, his name is very stereotypical, but a hot guy name is deserving of a hot guy.
Okay, hold on. We may still be alive.
So?
We're gonna die. Why do I keep flopping? Her eyes were fixated. Wow. Her eyes were fixed on you without a hint of looking away.
Now is the time for us to chat. How's that sound?
I got no choice. To chat?
I want you to understand exactly what it is that you did wrong.
Oh, cooked!
I'm not as selfish as you are to deprive you of that. This is a chance to confess and right those many, many wrongs.
Many, many wrongs. Talking to someone you like is crazy.
That's why I'm giving you this time before you meet whatever fate awaits you.
Alright, let's go. What the heck are you talking about? What wrongs?
Don't play dumb.
Alright, my fault.
Jake's taken quite a liking to you. I know you've noticed.
How? I must be a freaking supermodel if he fell for me instead of you. I ain't gonna lie. I think you need to find someone else.
You're trying to spur him on and earn his affection.
Okay.
Earn. More like steal.
Yeah, okay, we're cooked. The way she said it was with such clear disdain. You could almost feel the venom spat from her lips. She leaned closer to your feet, then reached for something out of your view. Oh, please don't be something blunt.
This is a whole song and dance he and I do. He pretends to like other people, but always comes crawling back to me.
Oh, and this happened multiple times. Dang. You tried to follow her path with your eyes, leading you to a box she had shoved in one corner. Please!
Although, it's not like I give him much of a choice.
Please, don't do it. Huh. No! No! Frick, doll! What the frick you mean, dull scissors? From the depths of the box, she pulled out a pair of dull scissors. Yes, I freaking read it in my head before. It's a problem I need to fix. Any ordinary person would have thrown those away. But you had a suspicion she wasn't ordinary by any means. Yo, I think we're about to get tortured. Oh, frick, I forgot to read the warnings in the beginning. Whatever, editing wacko got me.
I think he knows how jealous I get and does it on purpose.
Honestly, I can just ghost Jake. Genuinely.
I don't mind though. I'll dispose of as many loose ends as I need to ensure our happily ever after.
Dude probably won't be happy since he got no friends other than his supposed future wife, which is you know? You jerked your head back as the tip of the scissors waved dangerously close to your eyes. She merely laughed at your wariness. Oh, you're evil.
And your end is very loose indeed. I've seen your eyes on him.
I don't even know him.
Those times you crossed paths at the grocery store and talked a little too long. When he offered to pay for your drink at the coffee house.
Can't be best friends?
I watched his eyes follow you as you walked away. Off to whatever useless fucking pastime you occupy yourself with.
The scissors move lower, their dull tip nearly at your neck. Why does the word scissors scare me right now?
It makes me sick. How much you affect him, and me as a result.
We don't have to do this. The gas you let out was involuntarily as the tip of the scissors touched you. It was hard to feel at first, but she slowly applied more pressure. It was like she was testing the sharpness using your body. Hey, maybe you should, not do this? That or your pain tolerance. Read that too fast.
I actually haven't used these scissors before. I want to get more creative with
Oh, we're good.
Sharp tools have done just fine before, but they take you vermin out too quickly.
No!
I want to see if I can savor this instead.
Bruh. This isn't you, Gabriella. You exhaled shakily as the light... You exhaled shakily as she lightly prodded at your skin, moving down your body with every poke of the scissors. You couldn't do anything to escape it. Come on, Gabs. A sudden sting in your side told both you and her the same thing. Weak spot? Oh, no. She has found how much force was needed to draw blood.
Maybe I can even show you a fraction of the pain you've caused me.
Come on now.
You've caused us!
Her wild outburst made you worry she was about to plunge the scissors deep into your stomach next. I mean, that's quick death, right? Was it like you bleed out 30 seconds or something from being stabbed in the stomach? Probably has to be a deep one, though. However, the scissors moved away from you and Gabriella. Let's go. She set them down. I messed up on that, I'm not gonna lie. She set them down briefly. Her eyes were finally off you. Instead, looking down at the tool with a thoughtful expression. What are you thinking of?
Maybe these won't do enough damage. I quite like the tools I used last time.
Nothing blunt, please. I mean, it's probably better with something blunt, but this for, man? Distract her, explain your situation. Egg her on? What the frick you mean, egg her on? Honestly, I want to say this first one. Because what the frick are you doing if he... Dude, don't... I'm just saying. I'm not sure why I'm raising my voice at someone like this. So, we're just gonna click this one. This is my thoughts. We'll try to do the right thoughts later if this isn't the right one. Because this is probably the right choice, but... Come on now. Doing this for a man of all things? A freaking dude who already fallen out of love with you multiple times? Or at least was thinking of cheating? That's just not worth your time if I was you. But let's see. Gabriella stared down at you for a moment before a new expression of confusion crossed her face.
What was that?
Oh, we're cooked. Yeah. You heard me. Frick, we're cooked. You're a young woman who should know her worth. No man is worth this much effort. You know? She seemed genuinely shocked by this turn of events. Huh? Oh, never mind. Pushing aside the fact that she was caught off guard, she rolled her eyes.
Jake is not just some man. He's my man.
Frick, I can't even say it right, but obviously not.
And frankly, I don't appreciate you devaluing him like that.
My apologies, though. Girl. Okay. Girl, that dude ain't, I don't know, worth a freaking dime. What are you talking about?
I should have left the tape on your mouth.
My apologies.
That's enough chit-chat, isn't it? The fun hasn't even started yet.
We're about to be tortured for 3 hours. 7 hours. Gabriella's heels clicked against the concrete as she sauntered away from your floor spot. I like that word, sauntered. What the frick? Is that my third time seeing it in this life? Second, probably. Whatever fun she was referring to was probably the opposite for you, yeah. She laced her hands behind her back and allowed her eyes to wander the room, lost in her own world.
What shall we do to start the evening? It'll have to be quick if I want plenty of time to dispose of you later, but I hate to rush things.
I forgot to save, y'all, on my choices, so my fault.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Technically, genuinely though, over a dude named Jake? You obviously, I need to see Jake. I need to see this dude Jake now. Because I just don't see it. I don't see it. Dude either has to have the best personality. He's probably just the only person to show you just a modicum amount of kindness when I think about it. That's how it always works. Let me stop complaining. A rickety wooden floor cabinet ended up being her destination as she slowed her pace and stood in front of it. Also, I forgot. I'm not supposed to be saying that. And obviously it wasn't a modicum of kindness. I forgot what they say on Reddit. Nice guys finish last. Or whatever. Some stupid bull crap. You could hear the drawer being pulled open as she rifled through it. Although you couldn't see anything yourself. What you got in there? Not a screwdriver, right?
You know, Jake actually hates cake. I bet you didn't. You don't know anything about him, really. Not like I know him.
I don't even know him that much. Gotta stalk him. Oh, frick, you know a lot about him if you stalked him. You watch as she threw a couple objects out the cabinet. A couple of pencils, some old business cards, and a few old tape dispensers. Hey, what are you doing? None of them ended up hitting you, as they just bounced away in different directions. Her rant continued without missing a beat.
He likes to have sweet potato casserole for his birthday instead of cake.
Sweet potatoes, valid.
Isn't that strange?
No, casserole is kind of weird. I never really had it, but sweet potato is valid.
I make one for him just the way he likes, but he still wants some nobody like you.
Obviously, you gotta find someone else.
I bet you can't even bake a sweet potato casserole. He wouldn't be happy with you. You could never put in the amount of effort I have.
You kind of get on my nerves. I am so sorry. Frick, she turned around again, leaning against the cabinet, casually with a small box in her hands. She slid it open, pulling out a singular match and twisted it between her fingers. What kind of slow torture is this?
How about fire? Are you afraid of fire?
I mean, not really.
I could bake you into a nice little casserole and he'd be none the wiser. Would he?
But prions, right? Prions? Don't you get that from eating human flesh? Oh, frick! That actually, let me turn to my headset. I never have it this loud. But nah, we're getting immersed. The match was lit quickly as she scraped it against the box and brought a small flame to life. Wait, you can't... I ain't gonna lie, close my eyes. Let me actually read this. You exclaimed in a panic when the match was flung towards you. Your whole body seemed to recoil, and you squeezed your eyes shut on instinct. There's no way we're gonna burn unless we're like dousing something, right? Yeah, there was no burning feeling. Oh, wait, we could be wearing flammable clothing. Oh, we're cooked. Peeking your eyes open, once again revealed that the match landed a few feet from you. It sparked on the ground before going out with a puff of thin smoke. And look how proud she looks from doing that. If I was untied, I bet you, of course you wouldn't do any of this, but you know, like, come on now. She was laughing at you, of course. The girl was a real sadistic freak.
Wow, you're a real piece of work. I was joking.
Wow, thank you.
I would never do that to my dear Jake. I bet you taste disgusting anyway.
I mean, mosquitoes would say otherwise, but whatever. Frick, it's been a while since I was bit by a mosquito. Her shadow came closer until she was in front of you once again.
No. I prefer something a bit more direct.
She is pretty though. It's just that evil gaze of yours. Oh, frick! The ticket match was lit, brightening her features. The flame came closer to your eyes. You're not gonna do that, right? You're bugging. So you shifted as far back as you could. However, there wasn't much space to escape her whims. Kick!
I like forwardness. It's what drew me into Jake.
What did he say? Suddenly she pressed the match hard into your upper arm. Okay. So why the frick am I getting... Hold on, it's still February, right? Nah, this is crazy, damn. On Black History Month, this lady has branded me. It seared your skin, and you let out a shriek. Her unexpected attack wasn't without her adding a little verbal salt to the wound.
Don't look so surprised.
Frick you mean? The used match dropped from her fingers onto the basement floor. I think we're in a bad route, y'all. Oh! I need to stop flinching to that noise. Gabriella promptly lit another, this time using it against you much quicker. This one was pressed down to your calf. I said to instead of on. You hissed at the sensation and kicked your legs as much as possible, trying to get it away from you. As the pain subsided, you took a second to catch your breath. Ah, we're cooked. What's wrong with you? Well, obviously a lot, but... Her brown eyes were filled with indifference as she stared down at you and hummed.
Have I told you how Jake and I met?
Okay, I kinda care. What's up? Your words were completely ignored.
It was back in high school. I guess you could say we were high school sweethearts.
How old are you now? I'm getting less flinching from it. I'm glad I don't got a face cam on, because I ain't do my hair. She lit another match, but didn't use it immediately. She just stared into the glowing flame. You were too scared to utter a word while she was distracted. Come on, bro. Understandable.
I was already living alone by the time I was 15. Classes were never fun, so I skipped school a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm already seeing how this happened.
Every day was so empty.
She giggled and a blush appeared on her face. Over Jake!
That is, until I met Jake.
Of course.
He was known as a player back then, so he skipped classes like the cool kid he was. He was in the park where I wanted to take pictures.
You really are just a... There's a few words I could use.
I got a picture of him in the best light. It made him glow. I knew right then and there that it was love. Love at first sight finally felt real.
Could almost be fooled to see nothing but a lovesick woman in front of you. The past few hours made that view of her impossible, though.
We've been together for so many years now. He tried to break up with me a few times, but I knew he was just in a bad place.
I feel like you're both the bad place. No, genuinely, no.
A few times I've caught him trying to cheat, too. He's a big old tease with how much he flirts around.
Might as well just slime out Jake. You know, there's many Jakes in the sea.
It's okay, though. I deal with it.
As if to prove her point, the match came closer to you. Oh, this is dealing with it. You flinched way faster this time, so the tip missed your shoulder. Luckily, she didn't try again and simply pulled it away. Ooh, Matrix.
Every time.
My apologies.
Jake learned his lesson and stopped for a while. Until you entered the picture, that is.
Jake.
Luring him back into his old habits. You're a bad influence on him.
Why doesn't he just kill you? I ain't gonna lie. I'm not sure if I can call that one attractive. That's just scary as frick. What the frick? Her mouth open and she pressed the match to her tongue? How the frick did you even do that? You winced at the sound it made when the flame extinguished, but she didn't bat an eye. With the flame out, she threw the match box itself at you, bumping against your forehead. It didn't hurt, but it was enough to damage your ego. Yeah, that's just disrespectful. Why you looking mad, girl? Chill. She stood up again and kicked the discarded box far away from the both of you.
Matches are too small.
We're cooked. Literally. Maybe not. I don't think you can really get the smell of burnt flesh out your walls, but I could be wrong. You breathed a sigh of relief when she walked away again, returning to the cabinet to continue her search. Am I just about to be tortured this whole game? Her back was to you, and she was muttering quietly to herself. So, frick. I kind of want to know, but let's be smart. It's only rope. Can you even tie yourself from rope? It's a video game. I think we can use video game logic. With her eyes off you temporarily, you took the chance life provided. Who knew how long she would be turned around, but you hoped it would be long enough to work at the knot tying your wrists. Your eyes were fixated on Gabriella for any indication that she would move, while your hands bent and twisted to get a grip on the rope. The friction against your skin irritated your wrists, but come on, you couldn't let that sway you. Without a good view of the knot, it was tricky to even conceptualize of a way to free yourself. Slipping your hands through the rope ended up being a better solution. Grit your teeth to keep quiet as you pulled your hands away from each other over and over again. It was just starting to loosen when you heard Gabriella click her teeth. She turned and began to walk towards you, effectively freezing you in place. If she had been talking to you, you had no idea.
I wish Jake would stop fighting fate.
Fate? Yeah, I hope one of y'all end up dead in the ditch. And no, that wasn't hard, wacko. Frick, we can't cut it out. It's so much silence. In her hand was an kitchen knife. What the frick is this? Why? Sorry, it was covered in rust and had most likely been put down there. Here, years ago. Great. You didn't even get to die from a clean knife.
I try to move us forward, but he always brings us back 3 steps.
Man, that's terrible.
I thought he'd leave his playboy persona behind, but sometimes change is hard. I need to help facilitate that change myself. You understand, right?
I understand the motto, but this is not the right place to apply it. You couldn't understand in the slightest. My fault. Never mind. I don't understand in the slightest. As if you wanted to understand her point of view after getting kidnapped and tortured.
Know that none of this is about you. It never was. Don't take it too personally.
Oh, am I about to die? Is this a game over? Don't take getting murdered too personally. Yeah, okay.
Funny.
Oh, yeah, we're cooked. The knife in her hand was more than enough to quiet her. Frick! The knife in her hand was more than enough to quiet your attempt at humor. She ran the blade along her palm to test the sharpness, but drew no blood. Was that good or bad for you? Oh, that is bad as frick. That means we're just about to get punctured with a blunt.
I should stick to what I know works for me.
It's a pointed tip.
Nothing too fantastical or showy. A knife does its job, plain and simple.
Nah.
The clean knives upstairs have their uses, but I'd prefer to cook with them over this one.
Don't tell me it's no. There's no way it's rusted from other people you stabbed, right? Nah.
Won't be without any flair, though. Maybe the age of it will make this all more thrilling, like a fine wine.
Your breathing shortened when the cold metal touched your throat. It hadn't plunged into your skin yet, but it was only a matter of time. Gabriella seemed to enjoy the teasing, though. You might have a few minutes left to forge a path to survival.
This was inevitable. All humans die someday. Your day just so happened to be sooner than others.
Oh, you really trying me? The blade slid across your skin lightly. The tip of the knife made its way down your neck, then to your collarbone, then to your sternum. Oh, frick, actually, never mind, it's the sternum. What are you gonna do, plunge that through bone? I'm kinda scared. You may actually do that. You tried not to move to avoid getting cut. If you made her lose control, she'll end your life in a heartbeat.
Jake certainly won't miss you. I can assure you of that. So, any last words?
I actually get a choice? She twirled the knife around, absent-mindedly, allowing you one last opportunity to speak. If I say, is he worth it? Obviously, she's gonna say yes. What? Please don't do this. Come on now, look at that. Oh, frick, 5 endings? Excuse me as I... You already did some work to loosen the rope around your wrist. Now it's a matter of time of getting them fully off. Where the frick did time come from? Give me a second. I just gotta scratch my back. You wiggled your hands against each other, using the sweat on your skin to your advantage. I'm gonna kick you in the chest, I ain't gonna lie. Buying yourself a few more seconds will be vital. Stop with the heartbeat! Of course I have last words.
Spit it out.
Frick. She was still toying with the knife, but her swing could slice you at any moment. This would have to be flawless. Excuse me as I cheat. It's not cheating. You pried your fingers to keep from the first wrap of rope, speaking just loud enough to keep her attention on your face. It's just that You deliberately looked towards the stairs with a wide-eyed look of surprise. If only you were an actor, because any audience would be convinced someone just entered into the basement. Gabriella took the bait as her heart seemed to drop and her head whipped around. Now is your chance. Kick her in the chest! In an instant, you slid your hands from the rope and grabbed Gabriella's wrist tightly. She snapped back to reality, and a murderous glint appeared in her eye. Yeah, we're good. Why did I do that?
How did you?
Oh, never mind. We may win. In the chest! What's up with the kick in the chest? I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching a lot of freaking Instagram reels about MMA fighters, and it's just been on my mind. You couldn't think about the pain of your wrist being rubbed raw. Not if you want to get out of this alive. Using all your strength, you twisted the knife away from you and used your free hand to punch Gabriella square in the throat. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Dang. She let out a grunt of pain as she fell backwards onto the ground, dropping the knife. Your breath was heavy, and you were hyper aware of your thundering heartbeat. This was it. While she was gasping for air, you had to act. Scared? Defend yourself. Kill! There was no time to think. Flipping yourself onto your stomach, you reached out for the knife Gabriella had dropped. Your hand slammed down onto the handle, and you wrapped your fingers around it, like your life depended on it. In this case, it did. Just as you heard Gabriella began to regain control of her body, you jumped across the floor towards her. Ooh, you couldn't allow yourself to give her any leeway in this fight. You pinned her down with your body weight, but her own strength made it difficult to gain control. Genuinely, out of all the people you decide to kill over, Jake. Not the dog, though. Jake the dog, that's valid if it was that Jake. But every other Jake? Frick no. Her nails clawed at you as she grit her teeth, trying to keep the knife away from her.
Damn it. I knew I was taking it too.
Nope. Shink! It's blunt, so we may have to do this a few times, alright?
Easy on you. I should have sawed off your limbs.
Excuse me? Every moment of hers tried to flip you over or just get you off, but you wouldn't budge. This had to end here, or she'd end you. Yo, Jake, you better not hit me in the back of the head while I'm doing this, alright? Face! Yeah, we're going for the ego! You jerked your arms to the side, trying to get her grip to loosen enough to attack. Every muscle in your body ached, but you had to ignore it, or we're about to hit you in the eye. Frick, I'm sorry if this gets gory. Giving into that weakness would mean giving up. You had to hold on. Your grip on the knife adjusted, and you pushed down as hard as you could. She was resisting just as much as you were, fighting. But you had the upper hand in this position, literally. We're pushing down. You gotta push up. You were shaking as the knife plunged lower. We hit the concrete. Whoo! Yeah, now he definitely don't want you. This was a terrible idea. We gotta kill you now. You slashed a huge gash across her face. It slid across her forehead and down to her jaw. You had to avoid gagging as reality set in. Then came the blood. I feel kind of bad. I know this person's a terrible person, but like, that's a little too visceral for me. That's a lot of bone in the face, right? Duh. What the frick am I talking about? It spilled from her open wound and onto the floor. It wasn't right. There were parts of her blood that were blackish instead of red. What the frick is this? It had an almost iridescent quality, and the smell was not natural. You, being appalled and disgusted, served as the perfect distraction. She used that chance to pry the knife from your fingers and pushed you back. You let out a gasp as your back met concrete again. Gabs? Please forgive me. The tables had turned as Gabriella had the advantage once again. You had no time to react before the knife came towards your throat. The last thing you heard was her maniacal laughter before nothing. Did I just mess up because I wanted to bruise someone's ego? Ending 1 out of 5. Game over. Thanks for playing. Alright, I don't know what that was. We're going for the heart. Why the frick would I go for the face? That's just way too, like, that's just weird and egoist. I gotta kill her. You lifted onto your knees, trying to use your full weight to overpower her. Every muscle in your body ached, but you had to ignore it. Giving into that weakness would mean giving up. You had to hold on. You yelled to release some of the tension building up before pushing down as hard as you could. She was resisting just as much as you were fighting, but you had the upper hand in this position. The knife plunged lower and your body tilted along with it. Yeah! Maybe we shouldn't stab you at this point. The world slowed as you met her gaze. You could only imagine that your own expression mirrored the terror in hers. The blade was embedded deep in her chest and she had completely frozen. Then came the blood. Trickled from her wound. It trickled from her open wound and stained her clothing. It didn't look right. It was a blackish color with hints of red. An almost iridescent quality of the smell. An almost iridescent quality. And the smell was not natural. You lifted the knife and more of the thick, viscous liquid spilled out of her. Chill. Stab her again! The pure agony was clear on her face, but Gabriella was gasping for air and clutched at nothing but concrete floor. You couldn't show her any mercy though. The blade came down again and again. Yep. It was an awful feeling as the blade sank through her skin. It must be the rust that's making it black. Yep, that's the only reason. No, none else. We don't gotta think. You steeled yourself to remain focused. Any sign of stopping would put your survival in jeopardy. She laid beneath you weakly, barely able to keep her eyes open. When you were certain that she wouldn't be able to attack you, you leaned back on your heels. But the sight before you was vile. Her chest was open enough to reveal something non-human. It wasn't human organs, but various wires and blinking lights within. Huh? So that was oil, not blood? Or it's a weird mix? I guess they added like a little bit of something red so it looked like she bled if she pricked herself? What the frick? The blade had cut tubes that were spilling some kind of oil. Despite that, you could swear there was still blood coming from her. What the heck are you? She choked on her own breath as tears fell from her eyes. The panic on her face was heartbreaking. She had lost.
I had to be with him.
Hey, Gabs, what do you mean by that? No, seriously. Because there's a few options that come to mind when you say that, but we'll say after this video, after at the end of this.
I couldn't. I was weak.
Okay, that kind of took away a few. As you observed her, something shiny caught your attention. We're taking her heart, right? Oh no. Okay, fine. Okay, that's on me. That's on me for wanting a trophy. Dang, my fault. A key had fallen from her shirt. I almost said skirt. In the midst of your attack, you bent down to grab it, ignoring the blood. As you did, her body jerked, and she let out a pained wheeze. The robotic heart in her chest was blinking red. You couldn't bear to watch. Stomp.
No. No.
I am so sorry for that. I shouldn't say that. I'm bugging.
This can't be it.
Should have fell for someone else.
Ah.
Oh. She screamed out again. You just scrambled backwards. Why did I stutter? Why the freak am I getting scared? Chill out. Get away from her, but tripped over your own feet. Oh, right. The rope. You swiftly cut yourself out and dropped the weapon. You had to get out of here. Not bothering to look back as your kidnapper bled out as you ran to the staircase. Yanking on the door proved to be pointless. She had locked it. Crap. Okay, wait, the key. You made quick work of shoving it into the keyhole. The handle turned. The door swung open. There's not gonna be multiple, right? And you didn't stop running. You ran down empty streets for what? Frick! You ran down empty streets for what felt like hours. The asphalt grinding against your heels. You didn't stop until you were wheezing for air, and your feet were throbbing too much to keep going. The air was dry in your lungs, and you were left breathless on the side of the road. Luckily, a sheriff's car noticed you and pulled over to help. It was hard to articulate what happened to you, but you were eventually brought into this car and transported to a hospital. Kinda scared where this is gonna end up, because it's taking a while, so either she's gonna come back and kill us in this bed, or we're about to get the good ending right now. Nope. Oh, frick, she's not gonna be there. After incessantly, sure, telling them to go back and check the house. How's that the word I struggle on? Incessantly. I guess that's how you say it? Tell them to go back and check the house. A few units were sent to investigate. Nobody was found in the basement, yep. But there was a trail of blood and black liquid that covered our floors of the home. You were questioned as both a victim and a suspect, but were let off the hook. The house itself was in someone else's name. A man in his late 20s who was looking to sell the home. The house owner was interrogated as well, but insisted he had never met a woman named Gabriella, nor let her stay on his late father's property. It was all so strange, and nothing added up. Yeah, nah, something's going on here. She survived? No normal person would. But you had seen firsthand that she wasn't quite human anymore. She had destroyed herself from the inside out for a man who didn't want her. Oh, frick! Did she? Never mind. No, we'll wait. The ongoing investigation plagued your thoughts, and you were left wondering, was she still out there? Ending 2 out of 5, broken heart. Thanks for playing! So, frick, I kind of want to keep going. I wanted to only just get the ending. I just get a good ending and dip. But this game actually got me. Frick, it got me. I won't be able to hit the excuse. Okay. So she either did that to either stay young or stay young looking forever. She could have done that. Or she did it to enhance her strength so she can kill more people. I think she did it to stay young forever at this point. Or stay looking young forever. Like, come on, we know she wasn't young. Has to be at least about 40. Alright, let's do this. Let's get these other endings. Shouldn't be too hard. Skip! We're not gonna panic. I don't think panic is gonna get you an ending. And if it does, then whatever. We're gonna look for the bathroom. Speedrun, Wacko. First things first. Where are you gonna piss if need be? You tried your best to sit up and look around, but it proved to be pretty difficult with your hands behind your back. After a moment of struggle, you used all the strength in your abs to sit up properly. Okay, yeah, we can just skip here. Your eyes scanned the room for any door that could lead to a bathroom, but you came up empty. Empty like a gallon of piss, whatever that means. There was a creaky staircase off in the corner, but you couldn't see the door upwards from this angle. Wait, I think I did need to skip. There's also a window, a shining light into the room. You couldn't possibly pee outside without escaping, though. Wait, dude. Oh, freak. Okay, already new dialogue. Other than that, there were a few boxes and cleaning supplies. Maybe you could use a bucket? Wow, you were so desperate you were resorting to piss in a bucket. Piss bucket. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Still love to punch in the throat, bro. Oh! What? Why'd I make that noise? I could have made it sound tougher. My fault. She let out a grunt of pain as she fell backwards. I'm just reading this because I like it. Onto the ground, dropping the knife. Your breath was heavy, and you were hyper aware of your thundering heartbeat. This was it. While she was gasping for air, you had to act. Ah, see? New thing. Look for an escape. Really? Although your ankles were tied together, you could still hobble your way to an exit if you moved fast enough. So crawling on all fours ended up being the most plausible option available. It's a weird hop using your back legs while your arms provided the needed stability. You had to sidestep your assailant before looking for a solid way out of here. There wasn't much time until she acted, though, so you need to be quick. Oh. I freaking... Why did I just... What the frick? A stinging blow to the back of your head pulled you from your concentration. You staggered backwards, touching the injury carefully. You felt blood. Come on, girl. When you turned around again, Gabriella was standing in front of you, brick in her hand. Another was lying on the ground next to you, from her throwing it at you.
You fucking...
I am so sorry.
asshole.
Me? She jumped at you, which sent you both crashing to the ground. You tried to block with your arms, but she was relentless in her assault. The brick left bruises all over your skin that ached. Every hit sent your mind rattling, and your body grew weaker. The blows kept coming endlessly, a consistent onslaught of pain. And then a slow, gradual fade into nothing. I died because I wasn't fast enough. Wow. We look to the window because the stairs were locked. We know that. We know the stairs are locked, so this is the right option. I mean, we could just kick her down the stairs. I probably should have known. But you had to take a risk on the high window. If it opened enough for a person to fit through, what? You had to take a risk on the high window. If it opened enough for a person to fit through, it was easily the fastest way out of here. Slowly but gradually, you crawled your way out. You crawled your way over to the window. Just making sure I don't got any other fast options to make. Staring up at it made this task seem much more intimidating. Not only did you have to crawl out of a high window, but you had to do it with your legs tied up. A small box was shoved against the wall in front of it. Maybe you could use that as a step stool. The execution could have been smoother, but you pulled the box closer to your goal and made your destination easier to reach. Your arms helped immensely as you climbed on top of the box. It felt like clawing your way to victory. A hole had been dug in the dirt outside to add to the basement. What? A hole had been dug into the dirt outside to add the basement window, meaning that you also had to crawl out the window as well. You popped the latch open that held the window shut and used your remaining strength to slide. Frick. The window was janky as it slid open, mostly from years without use. It had moved about halfway when you heard a creak. Turning your head quickly, you were met with Gabriella a few steps away. Why she kind of look hard though? Why does that pose kind of go hard? In her hand was the rusty knife, and it was gripped so tightly that you could see her veins. Chill.
You're a fighter. I'll give you that much.
Hey, like my mama taught me. My daddy taught me too. I ain't gonna lie, I was taught by a lot of people. It was said with such condescension that you knew that you were in danger. She moved closer, and you had no choice but to enter panic mode. Your hands gripped onto the window still for dear life, and you began to kick. Yeah! The first kick knocked her back by her shoulder, which was a small relief. Using both legs meant you took longer to charge up the next kick, though, so she slashed at you. At the same time, your legs lifted. The blade sliced your calf, making you hiss in pain. However, it also hit the rope. Hey, this loosened the knot enough for your legs to move somewhat independently. Things were finally turning around. You aimed your next blow at her face and hoped it would stun her long enough for you to make a break for it. Yeah! She stumbled backward and clutched her nose as it began to bleed. The blood looked weird, though. Had an almost iridescent quality. You had no time to stare, though. Instead, yanking the window open with all your might. Fresh air blew into the room like a lifeline. I'm out! You wasted no time hoisting yourself into the windowsill, onto, whatever.
Fuck.
Maybe that's what you get for choosing someone named Jake. Yeah, why am I still caught up on that? I'm just saying, you look like this and you went for some dude with the most basic name in existence? I can imagine how he looks. I can genuinely imagine. I bet he don't even got piercings. Yeah, no Playboy got piercings. No good Playboy, I don't freaking know. Let's see. Gabriella made a lunge for you, but you were too high up for it to make a difference. You swung your legs out of reach and slipped through the window. A small hole in the earth had been dug out for the window, so you lifted yourself onto that too, out of that too, and crawled across the grass. She could really just stomp us out if she exits this room quick enough. You were free. It was a painful journey as blood dripped behind you, but you had done it. Once you could find a phone to borrow, the police would surely come after her and hopefully send you to the hospital. Even with a few scratches, you had successfully escaped. The house you had been trapped inside was in the middle of nowhere, with nothing but empty streets and fields of grass. Your saving grace ended up being a small gas station a few miles away. Time went by so quickly as you were whisked away by an ambulance and admitted to the hospital. Law enforcement made a quick appearance when you informed nurses of Gabriella, who then sent units to the area you described. When they searched for the house, no evidence of the crime was found, nor the lady in question. The house wasn't in her name either, instead belonging to a man in his late 20s. He was brought in for questioning, but had never met a blue-haired woman named Gabriella. Apparently the house belonged to his late father, and he was debating whether to sell or remodel the home. He had no idea how long she'd been living there. Swabbing for fingerprints came back with no results either. You knew that she didn't use gloves, though. Maybe that psycho burned off her fingertips. How did she get away that fast? Where had she run off to? Even if she was never brought to justice, you had hoped. I don't know where this had coming for. You hoped karma would you hoped karma would come back to bite her in the butt one of these days. You have been given a new lease of life. So, like, who's really trying me right now? You've been given a new lease of life and weren't going to waste it. Ending 3 out of 5. Cheated fate. Thanks for playing. Alright. Now, I already pretty sure know how to get the next ending. Genuinely, like, I'm gonna just explain to y'all as I do it. Y'all already seen how I was being nice to her. And maybe that's a little thing of mine, but whenever they add a Yandere to games, you think I'm not gonna be nice first? That's always like the best option to either get yourself a Yandere sidekick, Yandere best friend, or girlfriend. You know, I'm not sure why the frick would you want a Yandere girlfriend. I mean, you see what this lady's doing. That's just not cool. But whatever, let's do this. We already made some good choices, so we're gonna stare, follow the guy. Jake, come on now. All this for a man? Boom. I think we'll ask her about herself. Because I was going to do this last time, but I wanted to escape. But this time, if we die, we die. We get a new debt. I hear there's a bunch of new debts anyway. So whatever. Ask Gabriella about herself. Who are you? Like, you know, without Jake. Yeah, you never thought about that, have you, girl? Let me turn this back up to 50. She didn't turn around at your question, but you knew she was listening. Yeah, come on now, listen to me. Ah, frick. You know, like, What are you like when he's not involved? I can't imagine you acting like this all the time. You dress pretty, you got a nice bow in your head, you got some crazy good hair. I didn't know it could do that, but this is also like a video game, so you know.
I act normal. People like you just bring the worst out of me.
What you mean by that? I should have read that one. Hey, I can bring out the best in you too when you think about it. You sincerely doubted that. Since the common denominator here seemed to be Jake. Even if he was the one bringing out the worst in her, you know you couldn't say that out loud. Why not? Jeez, I'll say it right now if I have the choice to say it out loud right now. Then, what is normal to you?
My normal is boring. Everything is predictable. I feel happier when he's around. That's all.
So you just need friends, not really a boyfriend. My fault. After a moment of tense silence, her head tilted towards you. It was brief, but you could almost spot a smile on her face.
But if you're going to pry, I like photography.
Jeez, take pictures of me tied up is not something I want to say.
Aside from taking pictures of Jake.
Oh yeah, you did mention taking a picture of that dude. Randomly.
It makes a moment live forever. And I want to see the world with him one day.
You watched her face quickly switch back to blank as she approached you.
I wish Jake would stop fighting fate.
Yeah, of course. In her hand was an old kitchen. I'm not as scared as you anymore after beating the frick out of you twice. Technically once, because I only survived from stabbing you in the chest a lot. Other time I kicked you once or twice. That wasn't really beating you up, but I'm counting that actually, so twice. And the first time I stabbed you in the face because of my ego, which also didn't happen. In her hand was an old kitchen knife. It was covered in rust and had most likely been put down here years ago. Is he worth it though? Smolder. You couldn't think of any other way to dissuade her. It was a desperate attempt to make her... Did I say attempt? To make her reconsider. To your surprise, Gabriella's composure seemed to crack. Her grip on the knife had been so effortless, but now she seemed unsure. Everything that came as naturally as second nature had been put to question, and she stared down at you in confusion.
Is Jake worth it?
And that's what I'm saying. Jake. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's hurting you. Maybe even on purpose. It's a game you play, but is it really a game if only one person's having fun? My fault. I should let my character speak. Do you really think this will make you happy? Yeah? Come on, Gabs. Gabriella's gaze fell to the rusty, old knife in her hand as she stared down at it. Her grip loosened, then tightened again. No, loosen. You hadn't expected her to doubt herself after all this.
Jake will make me happy. It'll all be okay after we're together.
No. Don't lie to yourself.
It has to be. It has to.
I mean, like, we can even go take pictures in the park tomorrow. If you free me. I've never seen you again. Oh, frick. But what if everything isn't okay? Frick, I'm scared. I didn't save. Okay, why do you think he's the answer? It's true, because all you did was take a picture. Well, if Jake doesn't want that, though? No, frick what Jake wants. What do you want?
Then we'll make it okay.
Frick, I died.
He'll be with me, so everything will be okay. I won't have to worry about him running off or hating me.
Aw. No sympathy. Frick you.
I need him. You don't.
Why though? You're right. I don't need him. At that, Gabriella froze entirely. Also, I have my suppression thing on, so that's probably gonna be freaking silence this frick. My fault, y'all. Gabriella froze entirely. You took the chance to speak again, sitting up more comfortably. Yeah. And you don't either. Trust me. Yeah, y'all heard that tone I put on, right? You crying? Why the frick did I say that? Conflicted, Gabriella began to walk in small circles. She couldn't decide whether to grip her hair or swing the knife around from the looks of it. Hair, please. That noise. Ultimately, She let out an angry groan and threw the blade across the room. It clattered against the wall and fell to the ground unceremoniously.
This is stupid.
You ain't gonna choke me out, right?
This is all so stupid. I fucking hate this.
Hate. Wait, not hate. Love yourself. You watched silently as she let out her frustrations, pacing the room and letting out various groans while muttering incoherently. When she looked back at you again, she looked so distraught it threw you for a loop. No, don't feel bad.
I just want him to like me. Is that really so hard?
You liked each other in high school. Things gotta go, though.
I do this all for him, and he never appreciates me. Not one thank you.
Especially after you made him that sweet potato casserole. How dare he? What the frick? Her legs swung to kick the cabinet. It sounded painful, but she ignored it.
I'm just so tired of fighting. He's
Gotta die.
just out of reach. Every day pulls us further apart.
And he cheated on you. Well, tried to. That's still cheating in my opinion. She let out a yell. She wasn't looking at you. Instead, staring at the ceiling to keep herself composed.
I want to be happy. I hate this.
You wax your legs. I bet he never complimented that either. You know, my fault. You can be happy, right? The same brown eyes that had terrified you just moments before now made you feel a sense of pity. Yeah? Why were you sympathetic towards this monster of a woman? I don't know, she's cute. She must have been just as surprised as you from this turn of events, since she couldn't meet your gaze anymore. It was like Gabriella had been replaced with a statue, eyes trained on the ceiling in silent contemplation. Had you made the right choice today by questioning her beliefs? Would she just say, screw it, and kill you for fun? Every second that dragged on made you more concerned for your own safety.
You're right. I can.
Why are you looking at me while saying that?
Just not with Jake.
Her focus didn't return to you, but it felt different. You felt like prey within the jaws of a predator earlier, but this felt new. Now you felt like a piece of candy on Halloween that's about to be picked from a bowl. I mean, hey, you said I'm not finishing that. It was a frightening change of pace, to say the least.
Fate works in mysterious ways.
Still feel like I'm being looked at like prey here. I'm just like a non-resisting piece to prey.
I think he's
Not
just
like
a
that,
means
though.
to an end. A way the world led me to my solution. The answer to my problems.
I feel like you need therapy. I thought to myself, huh? That implication made you worry for Jake's safety. But you didn't have time to dwell on that. Honestly, kill him. Anything to get me out of here, kill him. Are you blushing, girl? No. Gabriella's face came closer in a way that both intimidated and flustered you. The hardened edges of her features were now softened. That cutesy persona she put up was now backed by a sweet smile and flushed cheeks. Was your heart pounding in fear or fascination? Probably both. Because I've been saying she looks good.
So, tell me.
Let me say, because I'm probably going to say no. I'm not going to lie. Okay.
What's your name, sweetie?
Oh, we actually about to get a name drop? Against all odds, you had survived. Not only that, but the crazy girl who had kidnapped you was now your only confidant. She had taken you out of the basement and cleaned your wounds with such care, as if she hasn't been the one who branded you, inflicted them. What the frick was that? Without the looming threat of death, it was easy to fall into conversation. You told her your favorite foods, and she made them for dinner. You told her your favorite color, and she brought a fresh bed sheet for the spare room. A little digging into her past told you she was a very insecure woman. Her parents let her move out at a young age, so they had more money for themselves. Wow. Jake never really liked her. He just liked that she loved him. Yeah, come on now. You literally were the one he returned home to. He fed into her toxicity because it made him feel important, as did her own parents. You did wonder why Jake never called law enforcement on her, because he knew she killed people, but that was in the past now. She told you about her need to be perfect and alluded to changing herself to fit his mold. When you tried to get her to clarify, she just shut you down and changed the subject. Robot. Wait, so this is not even how you looked at first? You weren't allowed to leave the house, but you hadn't expected her to trust you that much yet. Maybe with time she'd see you as a friend. Or, lover rather than a bird in a cage. Lover, maybe friend. We'll stick to friend right now. Ending 4 out of 5. Yandere. Thanks for playing. Wow. And one more ending, I guess. Do I know how to get it? Frick no. But I think we know what to do. We'll just act like this. Panic. Like, come on now. We'll just do all the crazy. Oh, I can't skip because it's new dialogue. That's cool. There is no way you can stay calm at a time like this. You thrashed your body back and forth to try to sit up, but it proved to be pretty difficult with your hands behind your back. After a moment of struggle, you used all the strength in your abs to sit up properly. Okay, we've seen this part. Wacko, you know what to do. Sooner you blah blah blah. Oh wait, no, this is all new. I'm bugging. My fault. Your head hurt, and your ankles felt raw from the rope, and your heart was hammering 1,000 miles per minute. What could you have done to avoid this outcome? Could you have done anything different? Gone somewhere different? Kept walking? And here we go. Cry! Why did I say it like that? Oh no, the reality was setting in. Tears pricked the corners of your eyes, and you felt that familiar burning sensation. Hot tears slid down your cheeks silently, and the girl pursed her lips.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
I can't cry? Oh, no, you want to hear the mouth noises from crying. Ah! You screamed for help. You inhaled deeply and let out a loud, shrill scream. It was a desperate attempt to contact the outside world. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing here. A sharp pain took over your senses as she kicked your face. Your skull bashed into the ground again, making you disoriented. Your eyes were watery as you looked back up at Gabriella. The smile on her face betrayed the icy cold look in her eyes. I am so sorry for screaming. Probably hurt your ears.
I had some time to chat with you first. I guess you're not one for the small talk then.
Everything was throbbing as you struggled to keep your vision focused. The clack of her heels thundered in your ears as she walked a few paces away.
It's straight to the point with you. Well, straight to the point we will go.
Alright, this was not the right option, huh? You could barely make out the shape of a garden shovel. It came closer then. Nothing. Oh, thank God it wasn't a long death. Okay, that was not the right thing. What the frick do I do? Let's just not act like a baby. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Still gonna diss Jake every chance I get though. Okay, let's explain our situation this time. Look, I promise I have no interest in Jake. Gabriella let out a quick scoff.
Of course you don't. Just like everyone I've had in here who said the same thing after their mistakes caught up to them.
No, I'm serious though. Come on, Jake? Who falls for someone with that name? He's just some random guy I talked to a few times. Probably didn't remember his name if you hadn't reminded me.
As a dirty fucking lie.
You're right. We should never doubt how much he means to everyone else when it's you or whatever. Gabriella's frick, why did I stutter? Fist collided with the ground beside your head, trapping your words in your throat. Her hand shook with restrained anger. Before she moved her hand away, a bruise blossoming across the knuckles.
I won't let you have him. He's mine.
Come on now.
It's about time you understood that.
Did I just get the bad thing again?
That's enough chit-chat, isn't it? The fun hasn't even started yet.
Don't brand me again. Yeah, no words to say. Especially not to the woman who had kidnapped you beside a bus stop. Everything hurt, and your skin was crawling with the need to get out of here. How slowly was she going to kill you? Torture seemed to be so extreme, yet you never expected that to be how you met your end. maybe, dude, buy chocolate. Get the frick out my face. Maybe, excuse me, you imagine dying peacefully in your sleep after many long years of work and building a family. Even a freak accident where you got hit by the bus would have been more merciful than this. Didn't want to die here, but your wants were for not for this scenario. She had all the cards, and you simply had to play a game. A rigged game where you had no choice but to lose. Your silence must have gotten to her as she slowly turned towards you. Her dark eyes on you made her breath hitch, but she didn't walk any closer yet. She was just staring. It was like she was analyzing you and searching for something that you couldn't place.
You've been awfully quiet.
I mean, coming to terms with death, you know how it is. She turned and began to walk towards you, the knife in her hand held loosely. You had no idea what she had planned for you now. Huh? She knelt down and frowned at the confused expression on your face. Yeah, what?
After all the stuff I've said, you haven't said anything. I couldn't have broken you that easily. That's just pathetic.
Dang, people just can't take trauma differently? You're just a sadistic person when I think about it, huh?
Everyone else has had a little bit of fight in them. They've begged me to stop or let them go. So, why are you just lying there with that dumb look?
You know, I don't got anything to add to this. Genuinely. It's just not cool. I don't want to die, but it's not like I can just break out, stab you in the chest a bit, or kick you a bit and escape through a window, or even have you fall for me. It's just my fate. Why did she even care, actually? Frick you! She was going to kill you. Why did it matter if you responded to her weird villain monologue? True, you were kind of sadistic. And maybe a bit of a narcissist. In other terms that are big words. She poked your shoulder with the blade's tip and stared down at you unblinking. Your reaction was more interesting to her than the torture itself in this moment.
It's like you knew this was going to happen.
What? No?
That fussing around Jake would have consequences, one way or
Oh, okay.
another. Why you continued to talk to him is the real question.
So he's gonna talk about time travel. That's weird. A beat of silence passed. This was enough for her to click her tongue in impatience. The blade moved away from you again, and she spoke with a much more serious tone.
Answer me. Why aren't you saying anything?
Can I say I was enamored? Have you considered that I'm scared? What do you want me to say? Nothing I could say would matter. Frick. Yeah, what if I just look this up? Like, genuinely, there's playthroughs on this. What if I just looked it up? Frick. This is what I need to save. But no, Wacko forgets to save every single time. And now This has been here the whole time. I just couldn't see because it kind of matched in with her colors. Yep, that's my excuse. Should I start from top to bottom or bottom to top? Start from the top. Oh, frick, I forgot to say it. Nothing I could say would matter. I've been through this time multiple times. Frick, I've been through this situation multiple times, and I never really get to be truly free. Or whatever. Gabriella, genuinely, none of these I really just got rid of you. Every single time, I either die by you, I escape you but worry about you coming back. I escape you but worry about you coming back. Or I'm trapped in a house with you and we get close. Huh. Gabriella tilted her head, eyes still trained on your face. Whatever she found in your expression was enough to satisfy her. A small grin, why do I got goosebumps, grew on her face, like she had come to a conclusion that you weren't privy to.
It wouldn't matter?
But wait, Gabs, I don't mean for you to do some crazy stuff though, alright? No torture.
You're just accepting it? Accepting your death?
You know, when she put it like that, it did sound kind of depressing. What other option did you have though? At least you could make peace with yourself at the end of your life. Do I have a choice? Like, you can let me go right now. Okay.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Ah! Stop! The knife was waved around before being unexpectedly tossed to the side.
But I do.
What? You tell me I ain't need to talk. You just became a better person like that?
Your life is in my hands
no.
to do what I please with, and you'll just accept it, won't you?
We're about to become a lackey, aren't we? Confusion was all you felt as you stared up at her.
That's a good attitude. I'll have you know, I thought you were a spineless, selfish, little hitch in my plans, but I'm having second thoughts.
Wow.
You know more than you're letting on. You could be of good use to us.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Us. If Jake enters this room, bro, I will close this game right now. Cause I have an image of him in my head. And if he's some freaking super lanky, I'm not gonna lie, dude's white. I ain't gonna lie, Jake's a white dude. I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, 10,000 lashes to whoever made this game. Cause why the frick would I take that on Black History Month? If this is freaking lame dude, watch, all black, lame, I don't know, just super tall, all black, lanky, lame dude. If he appears from behind the corner, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Of course. You don't think I could do all these modifications myself, do you?
Oh, frick. So she thinks I do know that she has some robotic parts, but she thinks I know, or she knows I know. What the frick? What the frick? Hurt. It's kind of heat that's matching the heartbeat. Kind of. Beneath her pale skin was a faint pink glow. It was horrifying to witness in person. It was like seeing a human glow stick. Kind of pretty.
You'll be the next cog in our big machine.
Please, no.
I'm sure I can have them erase Jake from your memories entirely. That'll get rid of any issues the two of us might run into.
What the frick you mean?
I appreciate your willingness to course correct.
Huh? What? You were left wondering as she stood again and pulled out her sparkly yellow cell phone. She made quick work of pulling up recent contact and hitting the call button. It must have finished ringing because a devious smile spread across her cheeks.
Hi, it's me. I think I found the perfect subject for you. Nice and obedient.
No, I'm very rebellious.
We can work out all the little kinks later, but...
What she mean by that? Is it my hair? That's not my fault. Let's not go down that route. We already been branded.
Oh, no. Not too banged up.
Not too banged up. She was working with someone else? How deep did this go?
Uh-huh. Yep, I know. But the tech should have no issue latching on.
It should, it will.
Yep, same spot. Thanks, Holden. You're a lifesaver. See you in a few.
Is this a connected universe? Like, is there multiple visual novels from this creator? Because now I gotta check. After this, she hung up the phone and turned back to you with a smile.
It's time for you to start over.
I'm kind of not vibing with this.
Maybe after they fixed you all up and removed those pesky memories of yours. The two of us could be friends.
What the heck are you? How freaking fast is he? What the frick? How did Holden get here so quick? If that was the person on the other line, who you assumed was Holden, he had wasted no time getting here. She let out an excited squeal and came closer. That's kind of... No, that wasn't a door. What the frick? This is terrifying. Rather than sit pretty and chat like she had been, she grabbed onto your feet and began to drag you closer to the stairs. Hey, don't bang me up too badly. Don't want my head hitting that, you know? You were left with no time to fight back or question her.
Come on now. It's time for you to meet some new friends.
We're cooked. Without putting up much of a fight, you were thrown into the trunk of an old van. The ride was bumpy and tossed you this way and that way. The destination was unknown, as was your imminent fate. The details became fuzzy, and every face that went by became a blur. Was that Gabriella? Who was Gabriella? Who were you? A sharp pain deep in your chest blossomed. You couldn't breathe. It spread to your fingertips, and your senses were numbed. Where were you? What were you? You were alive. Who was walking past you? Nothing was clear. Something moved your hand. Was it you? Did you have control of yourself anymore? What did you want in life? Were you alive anymore? You were. You had to be. You were alive. Things were different, that's for sure. It was also better. No, slime everyone out. You felt better. You were better. Stronger, smarter, more driven, more necessary. You had begun anew. You were alive. You were alive. Oh, we were brainwashed. You are alive. You are alive. You are alive. You are alive. You are. Oh, that's a lot. Welcome back. Ending 5 of 5. New life. Thanks for playing. What the frick do you mean? About? Oh, frick, we can click all this stuff from here? Oh, and here's all the physical warnings. Hey, Wacko, I'll just dub over here so you don't have to get the voiceover thing. Trigger warnings. If you... frick. Trigger warnings. Frick. Huh. I'm not gonna lie. That was... I spent an hour and 30 minutes in this. Hold on. I'm gonna get my best ending. Frick ending 5. Why the frick would I want to be a brainwashed robot? Y'all know I'm just gonna... romance. That was an amazing game. Genuinely, I actually appreciate that. This was nice. And it's rare. It's probably not that rare. I'm probably just stuck at finding them. But it's rare for me to find a visual novel with like fully voice acting too. That's nice to like see how the character sounds to the creator themselves. I always vibe with that, and I always will vibe with that. Of course, link to the game will be in the description. Why can y'all not hear the audio? Let's turn it up. Oh yeah, my fault. We'll switch to this one so you don't see all that. Yeah. Make sure to check out the creator though. Of course, link in the description. Actually, I can do you one better. Let me show this stuff. Because I genuinely want y'all to check this creator out. So we'll do this. Yeah, I got button prompts. And we'll do... boom. So this is the creator. This is Rain. I'm glad they... Why do I have 2 messages on Blue Sky? Whatever. So make sure to check out Rain. They made a freaking amazing... That was a fun visual novel. I'm not gonna lie. And of course, I already pulled up Tora as soon as it like showed the link down. These were not blank at first. Unless I'm bugging. So make sure to check out Lane and Tora's... Hold on. Give me a second. Thing as well. Check out this stuff. Give them support. This was amazing. This was actually real freaking fun as frick. Of course, the game will be linked in the description just in case you want to play it yourself. Leave it off with your ending. Because I ain't gonna lie. I just replayed it real quick and got ending 4. I should have showed it more. But, it's whatever. This was cool. What the frick is this? Monitoring. I heard the song already. So is that the inspiration for this? I don't know. But that's just cool. Make sure to check it out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Of course, back to the game. Of course, I gotta do my own outro now. Personal advice from a wacky sage. Don't do what Gabriella was doing. Of course, it's obvious, but I don't mean like in a murder way. Of course, like, don't do that stuff. Morals and all that. But don't have your whole life revolve about someone who doesn't even love you the way you love them like that, okay? It's not cool. It's not good for you in any way, shape, or form. And sometimes you gotta, love yourself more. And sometimes that healing requires 2 people. Sometimes it doesn't. Because even the ending where you and Gabriella are in a will they won't they situation, it's still not healthy. So, y'all be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others, of course. I'll see you guys in the next one. Checking on your friends, family, all that good stuff. And y'all stay safe out there, alright? See ya.